Welcome back, YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel, Bowling with Buddy. I really appreciate all you guys checking out my videos and subscribing. It's been wonderful. We're growing this, we're getting up there, and you know, I'm probably going to come up with a contest pretty soon. I think anybody who's going to help me get to 1,000 subscribers might be a bowling ball involved. So stay tuned for that. I'll be coming in the next video. We'll talk about that. But in the meantime, today what we're here to talk about is the new Storm Electrify that was released on May 19th, the same day as the Duo from Roto Grip. And I've thrown it a few times. I've had a pretty good idea what it's going to look like. I don't want to give away too much now in the intro, but it's a good ball. I think for the entry-level aspects, it's a phenomenal ball. And for the competitive bowlers, I think you're going to like what you see, and I think you're going to see how it pops off the lane. But till then, right now, we're going to get into that Electrify. It's pretty impressive, and let me show you what it's got. All right, bowling fans, let's get this party started. I'm going to stand here on 24 with my feet. I'm going to look at about 12, 13 at the arrows. Try and hit about 7 down lane and get this thing to turn back. Not bad. Well, that was a pretty nice start that I see right there. We're going to stand on 24 with my feet. Going to stand about there, hit 12, 13 at the arrows. Try and get about 7 down lane again. Missed right. For a lower end ball, this Electrify really has a lot of pop, you know, at the back end of the pattern, a lot more than I ever expected. So let's keep throwing some more. Well, I'm 2 for 2, so I'm going to move about 3 left. I'm standing about 27 now. I'm probably going to throw this ball. I'm trying to hit about 13, 14 at the arrows and get it about 7, 8 down lane. Well, I struck again. I wasn't totally stable at the foul line. Hit my spots where I wanted to, but let's try to make that a little better executed here. This ball hooks. I'm going to move 3 more left. Now I'm going to stand about 29, 30, and I'm going to throw this probably around 15, 16. Probably get to about 8, 9 down lane. Little mixer. All right, got a little mixer out of that last one. I'm going to stand 30 this time, and I'm going to try and throw it over 16, 17, but I'm going to get a little further right this time and see if I can get a little better reaction. All right, well, I've continued to strike. I'm going to move about 5 left now, and I'm going to throw this ball over middle arrow. Again, I'm going to throw it to the dry. Keep it inside, it won't react. I'll get it to the dry, it will. Got it right. Oh, flat 10. All right, I'm going to stand about 35 again. This time I'm trying to hit middle arrow. I'm going to give this ball a little more tilt and come around a little more and see if I can get this thing to respond off the dry. Hey there, folks. All right, so we've thrown quite a few shots with the Electrify, and what you can see so far is the ball really needs to get to the dry. As I moved further left and got more into the oil, the ball got a little weaker as it tried to hit back into the pocket. But when I kept that ball more out to the dry, it really responded off the friction really well. It's a pearl cover, so it's going to get down the lane pretty well. But what I'm most impressed with is how strong it actually reacts off the spot. And you know, for a ball that's, you know, an entry-level ball in some ways, kind of a lower end, it's given me a really great response. As you know, we talked at the beginning, it's a drilled 4x4x2, and you know, I haven't done anything with the surface. This is still React-to-Gloss surface, and it's given me a great response. So what I'm going to switch to now is I'm going to switch to the Revenant and compare it to that. I think they're similar in their categories in national rank, so we're going to go from there and throw some balls with the Revenant and give you a look for that. All right, I'm going to move back right with the Revenant. Started right with the other one, stand at 24. And throw this ball probably around 11, 12, trying to get 7 down lane, see how well it reacts. Well, again, that was a pretty nice start with the Revenant. Went a little longer than Electrify. Well, that last one went a little longer than expected, but that's okay. You know, I'm going to move about 3 left. I'm going to stand about 27 now, and I'm going to throw this ball probably around 13, 14, and get it to the dry around 6, 7. Oh, I missed way right. Well, as I mentioned a moment ago, I missed way right. So we're going to try that again. Stand about 27, trying to hit 13, 14, want to get about 7 down lane. I got that a little further than 7, probably closer to 5 down lane, but that ball really came back pretty smooth. Now I'm going to move further left, and I'm going to throw this ball, the Revenant, probably around 16, 17, and kind of get this around, you know, 7 or 8 down lane. Well, as you can see, the Revenant got to the spot down lane. It turned, but it just had no more power, no more energy after it left the back end of the pattern. Okay, so I just threw the Revenant for a few shots, kind of, you know, quickly moved left with the ball, and as you saw, the more I moved left, the Revenant kind of got more weak. You know, kind of left a flat 10 a couple different times and further left. Whereas the Electrify, when I moved left, actually had a better flip on the backside. Actually turned off the back end of the pattern pretty well compared to the Revenant. So, all in all, I mean, for comparisons, weak, you know, weaker end balls, that Electrify is going to give you a little more of a pop on the backside than the Revenant, in my opinion, at least based on what I've seen right now. We're bowling on a beat-up house shot, a lot of oil in the middle. There was a tournament earlier today to raise money for Parkinson's. So quite a bit of bowling has been done on it, so it's a pretty good cliff, but either way, I think the Electrify showed a little nicer response on the back end. I'm going to go back into the Electrify, and I'm going to move further right and kind of play up the boards with it, just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like to play up first arrow with it. All right, moving all the way right, and I'm going to stand, I want to say 13, 12 with my feet, and I'm probably going to look about 6, 7 at the arrows. All right, I'm going to try that again. Stand 12 with my feet. I'm looking at 6, 7 at the arrows. Need to be a little more behind the ball in this part of the lane, not really come around it so much. Well, that one went Brooklyn, so we're gonna try that again one more time. Same spot with my feet, but I'm gonna give it a little more ball speed going down the lane. Well, I'm kind of stubborn, so I'm going to try and stay in this area. I'm going to move only about 1 board left, stand 13. I'm going to look at 7, 8 at the arrows and see if I can get this into the pocket on the outside. Okay, the lane has won. I'm going to stand my foot on the big dot, and I'm going to throw this ball probably around, you know, around 9-10, get it out to the gutter a little bit. All right, one more shot on the outside. I got to be able to strike from this part of the lane with this Electrify. Okay, so took me 3 or 4 shots to finally strike on the outside with that Electrify. Surprisingly enough, the ball really has a lot of potential to hook off the dry spot. And on this burned up house shot, there's really no more oil from the gutter to basically 8-board, 9-board. So as soon as it starts hitting friction, it wants to turn and turn hard. So that last ball where I struck with it, it simply was the fact that I guess gave it a more ball speed, got it down to the spot, and it held the line and it hit hard, which is nice to see out of a ball like this. Something that, you know, in those medium to dry conditions and you want to get a ball and just get on it and throw it down the lane, it's going to respond. It's going to respond well. It didn't leave any indication of a flat 10 or a lot of deflection, so it's really good, in my opinion, to see a ball that I would use on a medium to short pattern or a transition ball where the lanes have burned up a little bit. So I think it's a ball that I will probably have in my arsenal. When I'm going to use it, or most likely will be in 5 or 6 game tournaments, and I need to go to 4 or 5, and I need to get a ball a little further down lane. Sometimes on a house shot too, where there's a house with a lot of friction, like a place I bowl over right now, it's Strikers. Ton of friction in that place, and I think this is a ball that might be actually really good in that spot. So I'll find that out next couple weeks when I bowl over there in a in a league. So till then, I'm just going to keep practicing and keep throwing some shots. All right, a couple more shots with the Electrify. See what we can do here. Playing from deep inside. As you can see with the last one, I played deep inside, but I really came around the ball. Give it a lot more axis tilt here. All right there, YouTube fans, that's a wrap so far on the Electrify video. I actually am pretty impressed. I didn't expect a lot out of a ball that's more of a lower end ball, not like their DNAs and Supernovas and such like that, whereas this ball really surprised me. I was pretty impressed. I found that I could probably use it a lot on a variety of different house conditions and probably even some PBA sport patterns, especially the shorter ones. I found that it had a really good push through the fronts, and when it got to the dry, it really responded pretty well on the backside with a lot more punch. Now it did get to be the point where it was a little flat. The further deep I got, the more it labored to get back to the pocket, but that's expected with a ball that's got a weaker engine and a pearl cover. So keep that in mind. But it's also a ball that you can speed up, you can throw a little harder down the lane, and it's actually going to respond off the back end and give yourself a chance to maybe stay on the straighter side, more in the middle to the right hand side when those transitions start to kick in. But overall, I think it's a great ball. It was released on May 19th with the Duo by Storm. So when you get an opportunity to look at your arsenal and you need something that's kind of a lower end, it's going to give you some length, a little more pop in the back end, consider that Electrify. For those bowlers who are new to the game and you're looking for, you don't want to spend the higher prices for a DNA or a Supernova or anything else that's coming out like that. This Electrify is a really great start, and a ball that bowls well on fresh as well as burned up conditions. So I think it's a ball that fits a lot of people's bags, and for those who are looking for entry level, this is a really great start. And for those who are competitive bowlers and need that extra ball that's going to give them some length a little further down lane, this is a ball that can do it for you well. So again, go to your pro shop, talk with them over, see what they got. And my opinion, get one of these Electrifies. You'll enjoy having it in your bag. I know I do. Till then, you guys keep striking. Go global, be humble, be kind.